Investing in a pasta maker can elevate your cooking game, making fresh, delicious pasta an everyday luxury. Whether you prefer manual machines or electric models, there's an option to suit every budget and skill level. Let's get started in this video. Top 5 Best Pasta Makers Review.
Number 1.
The Philips 7000 series is an updated version of our former, now discontinued, winner from the brand, the Advanced series, and it shares all the attributes that made the old Philips a good choice. It's a heavier piece of equipment than the other countertop pasta makers we tested, and it mixes dough automatically. Simply add flour to the mixing bowl, put on the lid, hit start, and slowly pour your liquid through the holes in the top. It has a countdown clock on the display, which is a big plus. It let us know when we needed to have everything set up to cut and catch the noodles. The extrusion process demands you stand there and cut constantly until all the dough has passed through the die. While it doesn't come with an attached cutter like some of the other extruders we tested, the included plastic cutter did a surprisingly efficient job portioning out the pasta when we tested its ability to make both spaghetti and tube-shaped noodles. When the extrusion started, the spaghetti came out more quickly in the center of the die than around the edges, but we did figure out a useful strategy to fix the issue. Use a pair of scissors for the first cut about 2 inches away from the machine. If you make that first cut away from the machine, you will cut the noodles in the middle but not the ones on the edge, giving those edge noodles time to catch up. That will ensure even spaghetti through the rest of the process. In our tube noodle test, the Philips 7000 was untouchable. Almost all of the penne came out intact, unlike any of the other extruders, which often delivered broken pasta. This newer version also improved the one thing about the old Philips that disappointed us, the lack of pasta shaping discs. While the old model came with just 4, this one comes with 6 or 8 depending on the retailer. We found models sold on Amazon offered more discs than elsewhere, adding tagliatelle, pappardelle, angel hair, and a thick spaghetti, similar to bucatini, but not hollow, plus the original penne, lasagna, fettuccine, and spaghetti. Cleaning was actually quite easy, and in general, we've found that cleaning home extruders is easier than cleaning pasta rollers. Many of the pieces are dishwasher safe on the top rack. For the pasta discs themselves, simply wait for any stuck dough to dry and then poke it out with the included cleaning tool.
Number 2.
Marcato electric pasta maker is, without question, the easiest way to get homemade pasta. That's because the process of rolling out your own pasta dough with a manual machine requires a balancing act, holding and feeding long sheets one-handed while cranking with the other. A motorized machine lets you use both hands to feed the dough and catch it on the other side. We'd go so far as to say that having an electric pasta roller takes pasta making from a special project to the sort of thing you could just decide to do on a Thursday. The best electric pasta maker we tested is from the well-known Italian company Marcato. Marcato has long been beloved for its affordable, effective Atlas 150 manual roller. Its Atlas motor machine made easy work of all the dough we tried to run through it, even managing to push out an entirely unrolled sheet at setting 5 without mangling it when we tried to deliberately jam it up. Pasta machines can frequently jam with dough that is too thick or sticky, but not this one. The Atlas motor is a heavy machine, and though it comes with a clamp to hold it on the counter, we found we didn't really need to use it. Switching between the 10 settings was smoother than the motorized competitors we tested it against. The included cutters for angel hair and fettuccine worked nicely, and the company makes another 10 attachments for a variety of other types of pasta like maffaldine, pappardelle, and linguine. One other great thing about the Marcato motorized machine is that you can get just the motor. If you already have a manual Marcato Atlas or Imperia pasta machine, you don't need to replace it entirely. Instead, you can upgrade and add the motor for around $160 at the time of writing. We tried the attachment and it locked in tightly to an Atlas 150 and rolled out pasta as effortlessly as the Atlas motor. Beyond the name printed on the machine, we didn't actually find any difference in design or functionality.
Number 3.
The Imperia is the Marcato's closest manual pasta maker competition in terms of quality. The machine itself is a sturdy stainless steel, and the crank has an attractive wooden handle. However, the Imperia didn't fare as well as during testing. It handled dough made with 00 flour without issue, but it jammed up on the widest setting during the preliminary roll of a sheet of all-purpose AP flour pasta dough. In the US, AP flour is much easier to find than finely milled, low-protein 00 flour, which is the go-to in Italy for making pliant pasta dough. Since Americans are more likely to use AP flour when making pasta, we feel it makes more sense to recommend a machine that can handle that task with ease.
Number 4.
KitchenAid's pasta roller attachment is excellent. It previously topped this list with the caveat that, well, it will only work for you if you have a KitchenAid stand mixer already. Now that we have tested more electric pasta machines and can recommend one without that limitation, we do. But if you have a KitchenAid mixer, choosing this attachment will save you both space and money while working just as well as the Atlas motor. The KitchenAid is a heavy-duty roller with 8 thickness settings. It handled thicker slabs of dough on the widest setting without issue. We certainly heard the mixer straining some under the effort, but it never jammed or stalled. Even a total pasta beginner will be encouraged by the noodles they're able to make. The roller is also available as part of a 3-piece set, which comes with cutters for spaghetti and fettuccine, and as part of a 5-piece set that includes additional cutters for lasagnette, a narrower version of a lasagna noodle with wavy edges, and capellini. Adding on the additional cutters removes some of the storage convenience, but they all work well. If you don't want to hand-cut your noodles, they're worth having.
Number 5.
The Marcato Atlas 150 is a classic in the world of pasta makers and comes in weighty chrome-plated steel. The Italian machine attaches to the countertop with a screw clamp and comes with a hand crank and additional pasta cutter attachments. As we noted above with the Atlas motor, while it's best to use the clamp if you can, the Atlas 150 is heavy enough to be used without it in a pinch. Like all the manual pasta machines we tried, the hand crank here detaches so you can move it between the different cutting and rolling attachments. But unlike our experience with the other machines, the attachments on the Marcato slid into place with ease. Of the manual machines we tried, the Marcato Atlas 150 was the most capable of handling thick slabs of dough at wider settings. It offers 10 different thickness settings, which are marked from 0, the widest at 4.8 mm, to 9, the thinnest at 0.6 mm. The settings provide a natural progression for rolling out increasingly thin sheets of dough without jamming or clogging the machine. Of the manual rollers, it was also the most resistant to jams when thick sheets of dough were incorrectly fed through narrower settings. The additional attachments included cutters for fettuccine and tagliolini, which slide into place on the top of the main rolling mechanism. When we tested higher hydration doughs, we found that the cutter couldn't slice the strands all the way through but did so without issue at a lower hydration level. To be fair, properly made pasta dough shouldn't be sticky, but we were interested in testing the limits of the machine. The Marcato instruction manual provides helpful information on how to fix your dough should your noodles stick. On that note, unlike several of the other machines we tested, the Marcato Atlas 150 arrived with a thorough instruction manual included. As trivial as it may seem, having comprehensive instructions can make the difference between successful and unsuccessful pasta making. If you're looking to go beyond lasagna and long noodles, you can purchase a compatible 12-piece cutter attachment set, which includes cutters for making maffaldine, pappardelle, vermicelli, ravioli, and more pasta shapes.
Thanks for watching.